Hey everyone, this is Ebony from SlayToGray.com, and I am here, as you can see from the title, to make another video. So this video is a bit different, but this is going to be one of my first videos on this channel. This is for business credit, how to obtain business credit, how to fund your business with business credit, and how to just get started, just the main points. Maybe I'll do another video on the ins and outs of it. If you guys want me to, you can comment below and let me know. But before I do this, please hit that subscribe button down below. Also the bell button to let you guys know and to alert you guys when I post anything new. On this channel is going to be a little bit of mixture. This is definitely a business channel, but it's definitely going to be about business, hair, and makeup, and maybe a few other things, but mainly about my business from Slay to Gray. I have a lot of other videos coming up about what I offer. If you can go to my website, you can see what I offer on www.slaytilgray.com. You can see a lot of things such as bundles, different variations and styles and lengths, also 3D mink lashes, also edge control, wigs, different things like that. So give me a shout out and I will get back to you soon. Also go to Facebook at Slay to Gray, also Instagram and Twitter. I'm on all three all the time, almost every day. So let me know, you guys, if you have any questions, put them down below. Any comments, put them down below. And let's go on with this video. Okay, you guys, let's get started. So before I say anything, before I start, you guys have to know and remember a few things about business credit. Number one, business credit takes time. You will not be able to do what I'm telling you to do overnight, within a week, not even within a month, and be able to get business credit right off the break. It just doesn't happen. I'm sure there's a lot of loopholes the way you can go through to maybe get started quicker, maybe to go through different companies for them to help you establish business credit faster than you can do it on your own, especially if you're new, but it's still going to take time. Number two, there are steps, and if you skip a step, if you go ahead or you don't go ahead when it's needed, you're going to be left behind, and whatever you start is not going to be able to continue. You're not going to be able to finish or continue because these credit companies are going to look at you like, what? No, I don't think so. So please hit my warning. It takes anywhere, I'm going to get started with this with the steps in 1 second. It takes anywhere between 4 to 6 months to obtain business credit. Normally it takes anywhere between 4 months and a year to obtain good business credit. So let's get started with the term business credit. So with business credit, you have to obtain certain things in order to get it, just like personal credit. Business credit and personal credit should be and is two different entities. I say should be because some people will start off certain things with their personal credit if they have good credit, just to get their business credit started with their own like social security number. But if you don't want to use that and you want to go strictly with your business and not with your personal, there are two different things. With personal credit, you have, Experian, TransUnion, the three companies that you work with to show you different scores. Now your scores of personal credit, I believe it starts at 100. I'm not sure about that, but I know it goes up to 800 and sometimes beyond. With that, the higher the credit score, the higher the number, the higher the credit score, the more lenders will lend you credit, basically. So it kind of works the same way for business, but it's different. So with business, you have a company called Dun & Bradstreet. Now that takes the place of like Experian and stuff like that. Of course, you have some of them with the business credit, but it's not the same three. The main one is Dun & Bradstreet. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. They do have a website. You can go and check them out if you're curious. Now with this, they score you from 1 to 100. Anywhere between 80 and 100 is a good score. So once you get to 80 or past 80, you want to maintain that. You don't want to go below that because then creditors will look at you once again like, I don't think so. They don't pay their bills on time. They don't do what they're supposed to do, just like in personal credit. So the first thing you need to do, and knowing all of that, is figure out your name. You need to figure out a business name. That's very important because you would think figuring out a name is easy. You just figure out what you want and then you call it that and then that's it. But it's not. figuring out your name, first of all, you have to remember that you're trying to attract an audience. So your name has to be catchy. It has to be something that when someone says it, they remember it. It also has to be original. You can't take someone else's stuff, make it your own, and then think that it's going to fly that way, because it's not. Most people, especially if it's well known, going to look at you like, oh, she just, or he's just doing this from this, or they got that name from this because this was out before, and it causes a lot of issues, believe me, especially with you growing your audience, because your audience will see that and they won't work with you. Also, what you don't want to do with your name is you don't want to put what you do in your name. Believe me, you really don't want to do that. There's certain keywords out there that lenders look at as almost like a hazard, and they will not lend you credit. So one of the words I know is like financial. So if it's like Purple Financial Institute, like they will look at that word financial and be like, no. Believe me, especially when you're just starting out and it's just you. And there are a lot of different keywords out there. So you don't want to say, if you say you own a hair company, you don't want to be like Ashley's Hair and Bonnets, because lenders are going to look at you and be like, well, she don't need this much money for hair. She doesn't need $50,000 for hair or bonnets, or Ashley's Pillows and Comforters. She don't need this. You know what I mean? It's just, you do not want to put what you do in your name. Something like a name with like consultants in it is okay, but nothing like financial, or like I said, what you do in your name. You don't want to have like Tim's Ice Buckets. You know what I mean? That just gives off what you do, and when that gives off what you do, certain lenders will look at you and not lend it to you, depending on what you do. And you will never know it's for that. They're not going to tell you, oh, you have this in your name, so we don't do that. No, you just won't know. So that's a good tip for you. You have to find a good name. So once you find a good name, what you want to do is go to your Secretary of State, and you can do this online. Go to your Secretary of State, search the name that you picked, and make sure no one else has that name, because if someone else has that name and they already developed their own company, then you would definitely have to find another company. Or if you start your company and then later on decide you want to make it a legitimate company, like legally, and someone else has that name, it's going to be a whole different story of you trying to fix your name, trying to get people to remember, oh, it's not this anymore, it's this. It's just a lot of headache. So do that and make sure no one else has that name. Next, what you want to do is you want to check with your county or city, and also your state, to see if you need any type of business licensing, depending on what you're doing. See, my business is strictly online for now, so I didn't need a business license. Sometimes you need, certain states you need zoning. If you're working out of your home, or you're working out of a certain office or something like that, they require you to have zoning versus a business license. Sometimes you need both, sometimes you just need one, but you need to check that and have that and obtain that. And you can find that out, like I said, I believe you can just find that out under your county's website. They should have it there. Sometimes they have it under your state's website as well, and you can obtain that information, paperwork, and how to obtain those on the website as well. Next, what you need to do is, finally, we have all of that together, you need to register as a legit business. And when I say legit, I mean an LLC, or an S corporation, or a C corporation, or sole proprietor. I recommend you don't go sole proprietor, because it's a lot of different aspects of getting business credit that you won't be able to get to just because of that route. I won't get too much into it, but I just recommend that you don't go that route. And you you most likely will get business credit if you do it right, but I recommend that you don't. I recommend you go a different route and do your research. Please do your research, because if you do research and find out that that's best for you as a sole proprietor, do you. Believe me, it's all up to you and your needs and your wants in your company. So, and also with that, you can also, if I look down, I'm just looking at some notes. Also, what you can do is you can go through different companies. There are a lot of different companies online that basically will do all of your paperwork for you to become a legitimate business. Because you have to do a lot of paperwork. You have to file like articles of organization, and you have to write that. You have to do a lot of different things, and it can be a lot on someone. Now the prices of it, they have certain packages. I believe all of them have 3 to 4 packages, and I've seen prices anywhere between $49 to $1,000. It just depends on what you want in your package. Now within your package, you want to make sure you have a certain amount of things, important things, and like I said, I can do another video on that. If you guys want, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll do another video on what you guys want if you want to go that route with another company, the type of package that you want and what you want in it, to just the things that you need as far as a business to get business credit, the things that you need within the package. Just let me know. So the next thing you need to do is you need to get an EIN number. You need to apply and register for an EIN number. Now you can do this on your own. It's free. You can just go to your county website and they should have the information on there that you need. Or once again, like I said, you can go to one of those companies online, get one of the packages where they have an EIN number within the package. You're going to definitely need an EIN number. This EIN number is basically the social security number for your business. That's basically what it is. Breaking it down, very simple. Just like you have a social security number, you don't let anybody borrow it. Anytime you need credit or anything, you have to show it, you have to give it on applications and things like that. It's the same thing for an EIN number towards a business. You have to have that. Now, next what you need to do is you need to apply for a DUNS number. Now earlier in this video I talked about the DNB, which is the Duns and Bradstreet. A DUNS number is basically like an EIN number through Dun and Bradstreet, and you use this number for companies to basically report to Dun and Bradstreet to show that, you know, like on personal credit, to show that you're getting credit with this company, that you're paying by this time, and that basically gives you that score of between 1 and 100. And this is what you need. It's very important. This is also for free. They have a free one. When you go to Dun and Bradstreet's website, they have a free one, but it takes up to 30 days to get it. Now they also have packages where you can get it sooner. I think they have one where you can get it, I'm not sure if it's overnight, but I think it's 2 to 3 days or something like that. They have different packages the way you can get, you can pay for them. Now I didn't pay for it. I went the cheap route and I got the free one. With my free one, I got it within 2 weeks, and I've known a lot of other people that have gotten it within 2 weeks as well with the free. When you pay, it's gonna be like $300-$400 for you to get it in a few days. So if you're just starting out, I would recommend you get the free one, do all the rest of the things that you can do without the DUNS number, and then once you get it, go back and then, you know, kind of go forward with that. That's kind of what I did, and it worked out just fine. Now at this point, what you want to do is you want to open a business bank account. And I say that now, and it's kind of early off. This is the part where you're basically, say you go the LLC route like I did, and you go through a company and you don't do it yourself. It's a certain amount of time that you have to wait for them to process everything, to file everything, and to get it back to you. It takes a little while. So within that time, it's a good time to try to open a business bank account, as well as for your DUNS number. That takes time too, as you can see. And I say that because certain lenders for business credit cards, they look at your bank account records. They ask for that, and when you give that to them, they take the time where you open that date where you open their bank account as when your business started. So if you started your business and you didn't open a bank account until a year later, you have basically lost a year to those lenders. And I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they just want to look at your paperwork of your business and see, okay, this is when it started on this day, because that has a date on there from your state. I don't know, but some of them do. And once again, they will just deny you for not having a certain length of time with your business, but they won't tell you that. You know what I mean? So use that time to open a business account, because you're definitely going to need it. Next, what you want to do is you want to use your business when you have at this point. Next is when you have everything. When you have your corporation, your LLC or S Corp or C Corp or whatever, or sole proprietorship or whatever. You have your bank account and your DUNS number. You have all of those in place. Now what do you do? Now what you do is you use your company to open with what is called Net 30s. Net 30s are basically vendors that will lend you credit, their own credit, like in-house credit, for 30 days. So, for example, I use Uline, and I don't have the box with me. I use Uline. It's Uline. I also use Quill. I have a couple boxes stacked up over there, but I'm not going to get them. But they are good companies to start off with. As you can see, I just got a box of rubber bands. It's a huge box of rubber bands. I don't even know how many rubber bands are in this box, but I bought 2 of these, and I bought just some office supplies, some pens, highlighters from these companies. What else did I get? Some files and just stuff, just office stuff. They will give you, just starting out, those are the only 2 companies that I know are like really geared towards new companies and getting started and helping them with the net 30s. They will report to D&B, and you have to get net 30s that report to D&B. Grainger is another one. They're not as lenient as Quill and Uline, but it's possible to get it. Now, if you find a net 30, the process is you basically fill your cart. You have to get $50 or more. You fill your cart. After you get $50 or more, at the end when you have to pay, you basically click for them to invoice you. So you don't put in a credit card or anything like that. You click for them to invoice you, and basically they will invoice you the products if they agree for you to have their credit, if you get approved, basically. And the net 30 is you have 30 days to pay that off from the day that you ordered. So I think they have net 50s and net 10s and different ones, but the main one is net 30. Now with net 30, it's a couple things you need to know. You have to find the companies that have net 30s. There's a lot of companies out there, especially a lot of people don't know, especially if you're just starting out, that has net 30s. But a lot of them that even have the net 30s don't report to D&B. So you want the ones that have net 30s and report to D&B. And then you want to find out how much credit they're lending you and when they report to D&B. So like I can't remember between Uline and Quill, one of them reports at the beginning of every month, one of them reports at the end of every month. And then you have some that don't report. They report like once every 3 months or once every 2 months. You know what I mean? So you need to figure this out, because that way you can be able to check your score to see how long it will take you to get to the next step, because you have to have these companies reporting on your credit, on your business credit, in order to move to the next step. That's what I'm trying to say. Also with the net 30s, once you get approved, there's no congratulations at the end. You know how you get a credit card and at the end it says congratulations, you were, I don't know, approved for blah blah blah. There's none of that. You don't get a congratulations, you don't get a card, you don't get a special email, you don't get anything. They don't give you anything. The only thing you will know, the only thing that will make you know that you have been approved is when you get an email saying that they shipped your stuff, basically. Then what you have to do is you have to call them and ask them, okay, so I just got approved for credit because they shipped your stuff. How much credit was I approved for? How much credit did you guys lend me? When do you report to D&B? And you find all that information out by calling them. With Grainger, they may not approve you the first time. If they don't approve you the first time, the same thing with, I believe, Uline. If they do not approve you the first time when you try it, you have to basically pay for your items and try again. And you have to keep trying, because some net 30s do that, and they will basically be like, no, I don't know you, no. Especially if your name is weird, like I was saying before. So you have to basically try again, and usually by the third time they do it. Usually by the second time they normally do it, but if it's something crazy, the third time, I haven't seen anybody apply for it after the third time and didn't get it. So it's some of it is definitely trial and error. Okay, so after you find all of that out and you get those, what you want is a minimum of 3 companies, but for real you want to try to get at least 5 net 30s. 5 net 30s will get you a higher range on business credit cards. 3 of the net 30s will get you okay range, especially starting off. An okay range for a business credit card probably will be a lot for a personal credit card. So an okay range for a business credit card is anywhere between 5,000 to 15, maybe 20,000. That sounds a lot, but I'm talking about if you have 5 net 30s, you can possibly get $50,000. You know what I mean? So $25,000 usually to start. 25,000, I think 30,000 and 50,000, but mostly you hear about 25,000 or 50,000. And it just counts on so many different things. That's why I say with this, I'm just trying to hit the main points. I can get into deeper things if you guys want me to. Leave a comment below. Okay, so after you get your net 30s, like I said, you call them, you see how much you're getting, and you see if they report to DMB and when and blah blah blah. You want to make sure that you're paying these back on time. You will mess up your business credit. You won't be able to get any kind of credit cards if you mess up your business credit, especially straight off the break. Okay. So after you do that and you have those in hand, say you have the 5, so you have your business set up, you got your name, all of that, you have 5 net 30s, you're doing your thing. So next, what you want to do is you want to wait a few months for those to be able to report to DMB before you can, so basically that the companies that you do next can see you. So after you do that, what you want to do is you want to start applying for store credit. Now with store credit, it's like the store credit cards, Amazon, Walmart, Dell, Apple, things like that, to where you're actually going to use them, but also they will report to DMB as well, and they will actually approve you if you have more net 30s. And some of these companies, they won't tell you again that they need a certain amount of net 30s. So some of them you only need 3, some of them you need 5, some of them you need 10. I know Dell is a hard one to get. I think Dell, you have to have 10 or 15 net 30s. Apple, I believe you have to have 10, or I'm not sure about that, but I believe it's a good amount. Walmart, I believe it's 5. Then you have Lowe's and Home Depot. Those are different. Everything is different. So the more net 30s you have, the better. But you have to remember, you still have to pay these off, and they have to be $50 or more per order. So please make sure that when you're doing this, you're running your business, so you're not paying for all these out of your pocket. You're getting the money to pay these back for your business. Make sure you're paying these off, and make sure when you get a store credit card, like a Walmart credit card, say you get a $10,000 Walmart credit card, which is typical for a business, that you don't go, hung with it. You don't go, oh, I have $10,000, let me spend every single penny on everything I want for my house. No, because you're going to have to pay it back, and if you're not making it through your company, you're going to mess up everything, and you don't want that, believe me. So make sure you only spend a little bit, pay it back. Spend a little bit, pay it back. It shows up on your credit as a good lender, a good spender, and a good maker, if that makes sense, because you're making it, you're spending it, you're replacing it, and that shows good up on your credit. After that, and you have a few of those, you're gonna have a good penny of those. You want to get at least, I would say at least 3 to 5 once again with the store credit. So you're having, so by this time your net 30s is probably 10 or more, and then you have 3 to 5 store credits. So now is your big money. It's your big money. The big money is the business credit cards. Okay, business credit cards like American Express, Visas, Chase Inks. These are the big business credit cards that are good for just new businesses. Chase Inc, I think Chase Inc and American Express has the best credit cards, I think, out there for businesses, for small businesses. They have a lot of perks, they have a lot of different points, values, and things that you can gain from that will really work for you. Now with this is at the point where you now can fund your business with your business credit, because you're using these credit cards. So by this time, if you've done everything that I've said, like I said, there's ins and outs. There's ins and outs. So don't take everything I'm saying and be like, no, you have to do this, or no, you got to do this first. So there's ins and outs. And there's different ways of going about it. This is just the main points I'm saying. By the time you have all of this together, you got your card, most likely you're going to get approved for a high limit. I'm talking about like $50, $75, $100,000. They have some American Express cards. I know this one other business owner I know that has a hair company as well. She now has she's been in business for 4 years, and she has an American Express that she got after a year that has no limit. and she only has that card, and that's the card that she uses to buy her hair, and that's basically, she funds her whole business with that. And once she gets paid from the people buying her hair, she pays that back, and it's just basically a circle, but she's making profit, you know what I mean? Then at the end of the year, you forget, with all of this on you, at the end of the year you file your taxes, and with your taxes you are bound to get everything that you paid with your business back, because that's what making your business a legit business does. If you was in business, you did not make this a legit business through your state or whatever, you won't get any of this back. Matter of fact, you'll probably be paying it and be more upside down than you will be after all of this, because everything will be coming out of your pocket and your paycheck and your everything, you know what I mean? But at the end of the year, because you're a business, because you're LLC or S Corp or C Corp or whatever, you will get this money back. Whatever you put in your business, you will get it back. And then guess what? Then from the beginning of the year, not only will you get all your points, and your points will not roll over, but your points will start over, and you'll be able to use all your points from credit cards, different things like that. You're funding your business, you're doing your thing, you get all this money back. So now that can go back into your business and grow your business twice as much as you are at the point you are now. So don't fret when I say 4 months to a year, because a year from now, if you hustle and do what you're supposed to do and follow the rules that you're supposed to follow, you will be so much better off, believe me. So that's it, you guys. That is it. It's such a long video. I'm so sorry, but I will see you guys later. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Please check out my website, www.slaytillgray.com, and I will see you guys later.